Hi my wonderful friends, welcome back to L'Amour et la Musique. Today is the first time that I'm sitting down to film or make any kind of beauty related content since the world has been processing the reality of racism and injustice in our world. These are issues that I personally have grappled with for a long time. With this turn of current events and the cultural zeitgeist becoming what it is, I've just been doing a lot of thinking on how I can best be of service to this broader moment that's happening. And I don't have all the answers, but I do think it's weird to kind of jump into a beauty video without at least addressing it, and you don't want to pretend that it's not happening. I also said some words about this on my podcast episode that's going to be released on Monday, June 8th. I actually have no idea when you're going to be seeing this video. I'm recording on Thursday, June 4th. So I always have to record my podcast like a week in advance. So the state that I'm in when I record is, a lot, especially since the terrain has been shifting and moving so quickly over the last couple of months. It's just sort of difficult to know how things are going to be when you actually see this, but I did want to express those heartfelt sentiments and just send love to everybody watching this, hoping that everybody is safe and taking care of mind, body, and spirit. I have said from the beginning of the global pandemic that beauty has always been my respite. So when things are difficult, either in my personal life or out in the world, in the outer scape, I really feel like I come back to my own core center when I'm talking about beauty, researching beauty, engaged in some sort of beauty ritual. It really is a form of therapy, and I know that it is for a lot of you watching as well. So that's what I hope that we can do here today. I'm introducing to you here on YouTube a new category of product reviewing that I have termed my product crit, short for critique. This originally showed up on my podcast, Your Purpose is Beauty. So for anybody that doesn't know, I started a podcast very late in 2019. It launched right before the new year. And I launched with 4 episodes, and the 4th episode is a product crit, the first product crit I put together, discussing products that never made it out of preliminary testing but aren't disappointing or bad products. So I gave a long preamble in that podcast episode about this beauty heuristic that I developed in my mind, where in my beauty blogging, beauty YouTubing, beauty podcasting life, I've developed these 4 categories that I slot products into, and they make sense to me as a way to review and talk about them. So the first are favorites. Those are very straightforward, and favorites get talked about in a lot of different ways, right? There's monthly favorites videos, which I haven't done in a really long time, but I have done some favorites episodes on my podcast. Favorites get talked about in annual best of beauty videos. They get talked about in best X of all time types of products, like my most repurchased. So favorites are very easy to talk about and find reviews on. The second category would be contained in empty products videos. So an empty products review can contain favorites, of course, but it also can contain products that were good enough for you to use all the way up, but maybe they're not necessarily a favorite, but they're still getting captured, being reviewed in empty products video. Then I'm going to skip over category 3, which is the product crit. Category 4 would be disappointing products. Now I did a disappointing products video. Now I'm blanking on whether I did it on video or podcast. I did it as podcast episode 19. It's called Eco-Organic Disappointing Beauty Products Over the Past Year. I've done a whole bunch of disappointing products videos here on YouTube. That's also a pretty straightforward category. It's generally products that just are flawed in some way, usually beyond just for my own self. Do you know what I mean? Like sometimes it's a product with the preservative system, or the formulation is somehow flawed, or the packaging is defective, or there's a lot of things that can lead a product to be disappointing. Now, I always felt like there was this category of product that wasn't getting captured in these 3, and they ended up being products that I would try, and for whatever reason would just know that they weren't for me personally. Usually this would have to do with just not being a match for my skin type. I didn't see these products as having a place in my routine that I could use them consistently, or sometimes there are things that I try a little bit more and I end up just not being that resonant with the brand. But the products are still good, and then sometimes I'll get duplicates from the same brand, and so this ends up being the category of product that gets given away. And then there's never any place for me to capture reviews of those products that get given away. So I always felt like so many products were going out the door without me having a place to speak about them. I've been building a community of supporters on Patreon for maybe 2.5 years now, I want to say, and I'm just so appreciative for the support. I do a lot of extra work over there, including extra podcast episodes, videos, live get ready with me's, individualized Q&As, and then I would say maybe quarterly I end up doing these product divestments to patrons. So I'll group products together, either brand new or very lightly tested that people might want to try. I package them up and I basically put them out for first come first serve. People claim them, I ship them to people, I pay for the shipping, so it's a completely free way for patrons of L'Amour et La Musique to get to try some new products that they might be interested in. So I've done so many of those, I guess, giveaways you could call them. I call them product divestments. This is like a very, very long intro, but since I've never done a product crit here on YouTube, I thought it needed a little bit of introduction. So for the most part, what you're gonna see today are products that after I am done filming this video, I'll be offering up to patrons to try. So if you see something here that you would be interested in trying for free to have me send to you, I would say it's usually between 4 and 5 items in a bundle, depending on how much I have to give away. That's the deal. You can go to patreon.com/LamourMusique, and the product divestment option is available to all patrons, and the entry level donation is $3 a month. That's the bonus podcast level, so you get a bonus podcast episode every month, plus like I repost a lot of archived Instagram content over there. Sometimes I post personal photos. So let me know if you have questions on that. I know it's a very long-winded way of getting into this. Please just keep in mind that the products I'm going to talk about today are not bad products. I don't think that they're disappointing. I think often that the brands are really, really beautiful. In fact, there's things that I love, so many things from the brand, but this one product was just kind of a miss for whatever reason, or, you know, what have you. So there's actually some past Beauty Heroes products, some past Boxwalla products, some past Detox Market Detox Box products. I do receive each of those 3 beauty subscription boxes as PR to test out. So, you know, inevitably I do accumulate a lot of stuff, and it's very helpful to be able to have a place to review it and give it away. Okay, I think you get the point. So let's get into this product crit. I'd like to start with skincare. I actually have quite a bit of skincare here, and you'll notice the theme, I think, when I start talking about it. So I have quite a few exfoliants that I just cannot reliably get through. So I have 2 from Pai, the Pai Rosehip Bioregenerate Rapid Radiance Mask, the Pai Copaiba Deep Cleanse AHA Mask, and then I also have, I think I tried each of these once or twice. And then I also have a Pai Kukui and Jojoba Bead Skin Brightening Exfoliator. This is brand new. I think these came from a past Detox Market Detox box. So I think Pai is such a lovely brand. I actually talked about them really extensively in June 8th's podcast episode on Your Purpose is Beauty, because there's a Pai serum in the June Boxwalla beauty box, and I had used that episode to talk a bit more about each of the brands that was featured in that box. So I've tried 75% of Pai's range at this point over the years. The Copaiba Deep Cleanse AHA Mask, it feels and smells a little bit like glue. For some reason I find that that's kind of a consistent thread through some of Pai's products. I thought this was okay. It didn't do a lot for perfecting my skin. I guess I just wasn't that impressed. I actually think it could be a good exfoliator for someone that's quite sensitive, which most of Pai skincare is catered to sensitive skin types. It says it's for combination and blemish prone skin. The Rosehip Bioregenerate Rapid Radiance Mask is for all skin types. You leave these on 8 to 10 minutes, so they're kind of nice to do before a shower. I really do think that they're very nice products. There are just things I have that work a little bit better for me. For example, something like the Audacity Rose Gommage mask, I consider something equivalent to this, and I just like it a little bit better. But they're both really nice products. And the Kukui and Jojoba Bead Skin Brightening Exfoliator I've used in the past, and I just really don't use any physical exfoliants, really, like with very rare exception. The only physical exfoliating product I have right now is the Earthwise Sun God face mask, which provides a little bit of manual exfoliation when you're rinsing it off. I think that that's the only physical exfoliant I have at the moment. So it's just a difficult category for me. So I would rather someone else get to try this. Now, along those lines, the Mukti 2-in-1 Resurfacing Exfoliant. So this is a Beauty Heroes sidekick, and I actually also have the Hero product in here too. So the two products from Mukti, you can go, I'll link it below, my full review. I think this was March Beauty Heroes, if I'm remembering correctly, March or April. The Hero product was the Mukti Hyaluronic Marine Serum and the Mukti 2-in-1 Resurfacing Exfoliant. Really nice products. This is why they're not disappointing, because the quality of these is so good. They perform really well. They're just not great on my skin. The exfoliant was just really way too abrasive. And the Hyaluronic Marine Serum, it was more of like a texture thing, and it just happened to come at a time when I had other hyaluronic acid products like the Monastery Aloe that I liked a little bit better. So really, really beautiful products, just not for me personally. I'm so sorry, but I have to kick on the AC, so you're probably going to hear a little bit of air conditioning din, but I record in this attic space and it gets so freaking hot up here. All right, let's continue on. Okay, so here's another Beauty Heroes Hero product that I would really like someone else to get to try. It's the Blue Alchemy Botanic Retinol. I think this product is absolutely gorgeous. Blue Alchemy makes stunning formulations. I am a huge fan of the Multi-C serum. I am using right now the eye oil serum. It's such a beautiful day oil. I actually use that one all over my face. I've tried pretty much everything from Blue Alchemy. Oil cleanser is so nice. The toner is so nice. The products are just really, really amazing. This came into my life right at a time when the bakuchiol boom had started in eco beauty. Every product did have, and it seems to continue to have, some sort of phytoretinol or retinol alternative in it. This is an ongoing conversation in eco beauty, and it's just something that I have not been super comfortable using. Not to mention that this is a very blue tansy heavy product, actually, as is the Mukti product, and it's just something that I struggle with when I have comparable products that I just prefer the scent or aromatherapy experience a bit better. I just feel like the product would be better used going to someone else, no matter how beautiful it is. As far as bakuchiol, I do have a slight update there. I don't have finished thinking on the matter yet, or on phytoretinol or retinol alternatives, but I can say that I have recently been testing the Earthwise Beauty Black Locust Firming Concentrate, which does have bakuchiol in it, in addition to lots of other very skin supportive ingredients like lupine seed extract, and I'm forgetting what else off the top of my head because her formulations are quite loaded and complex. But I will say that that is the first time I have tried a product that contains bakuchiol, and I have felt very attracted to using it. So it could be something about the formulation of that Earthwise product that just works for me. This one is sort of a gel. The experience of it is beautiful. It's really a stunning product. I just would like for someone else to get to try it. Mighty Patch. It comes with 39 patches. They're by the brand Hero, and I think that they're, okay, hydrocolloid patch. So you basically put them on a breakout. I really don't get breakouts enough to use these, and if I do get kind of a cystic pimple, which happens, I usually do okay with one of the spot treatments that I have, like Stark Etain or the Provence Apothecary. I think those are the two main ones I have right now, or I'll put a little bit of a clay mask. My pimples tend to react really well to that. Yeah, for anyone that struggles with regular acne, I think those would be fun to check out. Now this I won't be passing on because it's the packaging is just really quite grimy at this point. This is the Blissoma Phyto Brightening Serum. You get quite a bit of product, 1.3 ounces. Speaking of Blissoma, they're coming up on having a really big sale. They do a big 30% off sale every June. I'm going to be stocking up on the Photonic, which is my favorite product from Blissoma. Truthfully, a lot of other stuff I've tried from the brand is sort of hit or miss for me, but this is not disappointing because it actually is a very nice product. This is your quintessential kind of sun serum. It would be an equivalent of something like Earthwise Ambrosia du Cerrado, Lil Fox, Haute C, that new product that's out this month in Beauty Heroes, very similar to something like that. I just like, I actually kind of have to remind myself what this is like. I think I just really didn't, I just wasn't super in love with it, but it's really not a bad product at all. It's a really nice daytime serum. So not disappointing, but I didn't use it all the way up. Hence why it's here. Okay, we have quite a bit more skincare to get through. So I could tell you about this brand, and these are very good candidates to be sent along because they're basically brand new. So there's this brand, Strange Bird. They've only been around maybe a year or a year and a half. Started by an Asian American woman. I think I'm forgetting her name at the moment. Their blurb here says, Strange Bird is a positive impact skincare brand that combines ancient Chinese beauty traditions with high vibrational alchemy to help you create a daily practice that supports your skin goals and your life goals. They use ginger, ginseng, and goji berry, I think, in all of their products. And at the time that I was sent these, they had 3 products in the range. A cleanser, which was an exfoliating cleanser, too abrasive for me, but my husband, Kaveh, really liked it. And I think he maybe used the whole thing up, or it's maybe still in our shower and he's using it, but he really liked that. Now they also do this Inner Balance Serum, which is kind of a multi-purpose niacinamide hyaluronic acid. Sorry, I'm so overexposed. It's very bright outside and the sun keeps coming in and out. It has niacinamide, licorice root, reishi mushroom, so really lovely formulation. And then they do a moisturizer too, just a cream moisturizer. Now my issue with these literally is just that the scent was like way too strong. It almost smells synthetic, really honestly like a bit unpleasant, and you can smell it on your skin for quite a long time after, which can be nice in certain senses, but here it really wasn't, unfortunately. So I honestly think the products have so much potential. It was just that the scents were very overpowering, and they're not synthetic. They actually are naturally occurring. I think that Strange Bird has heeded that feedback from their customers, and I believe that they have been working to make the scent a little bit less prominent, but the quality of the products is really good. If the moisturizer didn't smell as strongly as it did, I think Kaveh would still be using it probably. So those products have, I think, a lot of promise. I also have some little samples of the cleanser, the serum, and the moisturizer, and I'll be throwing this into a package of giveaway items as well. Okay, I really waffled with whether or not to talk about this, but I don't really know where else to talk about it. I guess I could have thrown it into like an empties product, but it's like clearly not empty. This is Ayuna Balm Volcanic Mask. Now it's too old for me to send on to somebody. This product is probably 3+ years old. So you know how much I love Ayuna. I talk like so ad nauseum about how much I love the Essence, Spirulite, Cream 2, Terra, Velo. I mean, the brand is exceptional in my mind. I just could never get this mask. It's quite difficult to remove, and so the user experience to me was always like kind of not what I wanted it to be for such a luxurious product. I would often use this, like I did a video for Beauty Heroes when it was like my weekend promotion that I did with them several years ago, and I talked about how if you pair this with the Essence, it's like getting an at-home facial, which it is, but I just found over time that I just really liked the effect that the Essence gave my skin, and I didn't feel like I was getting huge benefits from using this. So maybe I just never forged a deep enough relationship with this product, and it was just frankly a little bit difficult to use. I mean, to be honest, so is the Essence, but that had very palpable, visible results for me. This is more of like a remineralizing product, whereas the Essence is more of the like gonna go in and show you the visible results, and together they are really beautiful. So I feel a little guilty that I just kind of never got around to using this as extensively as I wished that I had. I just had a hard time jiving with it. Okay, we're gonna circle back now to some more Beauty Heroes products. I used to really like this, and I think that my skin, actually a lot of products here I think are here as a result of my skin type changing. A lot of the products maybe that I'm talking about today aren't necessarily a match for where I'm at just because of how my skin type has changed over the years, which could be a result of trying so much stuff and just having a little bit more sensitive skin, or going through pregnancy and postpartum and having that kind of affect my skin. I'm just such a minimalist, and so it's difficult for me to use things that are a little bit more aggressive, even though to the average person, I don't think they would be aggressive at all. So Max and Me Sweet Serenity Mask and Wash. I remember the first time I used this in like, I don't know, maybe 2017 or something. I was so wowed by it. I had never had such baby soft skin. The scent was delectable, and this came in a Beauty Heroes box in early 2019. And I kept it closed, and I just went to go use it not that long ago, like maybe 3 months ago. And it was just, like, I got very pink after using it. It was just too much for me. Now I have some Josh Rosebrook products here, and I know that I will be the black sheep with these because people really, really love his skincare. So I have the Vital Balm Cream and the Hydration Boost Concentrate. Again, these are Beauty Heroes products, I believe from the fall. The Hydration Boost Concentrate is actually similar for me to the Musique Hyaluronic Serum. And what was the other one? Oh, maybe the Blissoma Phyto Brightening Serum. You know, I don't know, to find a daytime serum that I really like and I would like to use underneath an oil, it takes a lot for me to find something like that. Right now, Ambrosia Ducerato by Earthwise is way up there for me. Lil Fox Haute C is way up there for me. Blue Alchemy Multi-C I would use during the day until the end of time. These hydrating products, like the Musique Hyaluronic and the Josh Rosebrook Hydration Boost Concentrate, I just never felt that they imparted moisture to my skin in a way that deemed them necessary in my routine. I almost felt like they're a little bit more difficult texture-wise. Anything that has a very tacky finish can just be difficult to work things with. I prefer serums that are a little bit more flexible, maybe aloe-based, or that can go under or over oils. So these definitely like can't really play that way, and they're just difficult to choreograph into a skincare routine, if you will. And the scent of the Hydration Boost Concentrate was like a little bit off for me, but I can so appreciate like what a nice product it is, you know? And Vital Balm Cream is just not the type of balm that works for my personal skin type. It's a very like waxy, pretty heavily occlusive balm, and my skin just does so much better with very melty, oily types of balms. I've talked about this so many places. Skincare Philosophy episode on the podcast, I talked about it actually quite a bit in my Inlight Beauty brand review that I did last week or a couple weeks ago, whenever you're seeing this, because the Inlight Line Softener is one of those very loose balms. This is like the opposite of that. I have a brand new unopened Maya Chia Super Couple. This was a Beauty Heroes Love More gift with purchase promotion from a couple of months ago when I placed an order. I haven't opened it because I've tried this many times in the past and it just doesn't do it for me, so I'd rather keep it completely fresh for someone else to get to try. Maya Chia the Optimist, their sprayable essence, is the only product in Maya Chia that I have found a personal resonance with, but the quality of the products is so wonderful. I have a little bit more skincare. This skincare actually comes from Boxwala. So I have all 3 Heart of Gold products in this product kit, and it'll be a little redundant because I'm coming up on a year of receiving the Boxwala beauty boxes as PR to test. So I think I'm going to do an annual Boxwala retrospective, like how I've done the Beauty Heroes retrospectives. It's a little different because Boxwala comes every 2 months rather than every month. I'm actually going to start implementing a Boxwala beauty review of each of the beauty boxes and an annual retrospective of Boxwala on my podcast. Since I already do the Beauty Heroes reviews on here and the Beauty Heroes retrospective on YouTube, I figured my podcast would be a good place to talk about Boxwala. You don't always need visuals to talk about skincare, and I'll find another way to supplement with visuals either on Instagram or on my website that accompanies the static post where you can stream the episodes if you don't have a favorite podcast player. So Heart of Gold, a lot of people love this brand. It got so much social media love this year. I saw so many people love it. It's based in Portland, Oregon, I think. So it's a Pacific Northwest brand. The products in the Boxwalla box were the Sea Change Cleansing Balm, the Modern Love Gommage Gel, and the Sweetbriar Hydrating Nectar. I tried really hard with all three, and I can so appreciate how beautifully crafted they are and the artisanal production that goes into them. So I would never say that they're disappointing. I really kind of like struggled to feel effectiveness for me, and I'm not really sure why. It's so funny, right? Because so much of what I'm talking about is like way too much for me. And then these products are just like, they're just like gentle, but they're also gentle in a different way than like pie is gentle. It's kind of hard to explain, but the Sea Change Cleansing Balm, very phenol forward cleansing balm. For me, this was really a texture thing. It's similar actually to how I'm struggling with the texture of the 12 Beauty Cleansing Balm. I don't know, balms that feel like glue on the skin, I really just struggle with. Some of my favorite cleansing balms are just more oily on contact with the skin. So Inlight Cleansing Balm, of course, but like Jane Scrivener Cleansing Balm or Stark Aurora is actually a good example because it's not a super oily balm, but it doesn't have that kind of like sticky glue-like texture on the skin the way this does. This does emulsify though. I don't know, I really couldn't get on with it for some reason. The Sweetbriar Hydrating Nectar was actually kind of a nice mask to have on the skin in the bath, but I just really didn't feel like it did a whole lot. I don't know, it just was a very ephemeral product, if that makes sense. And then the Modern Love Gommage Gel, really struggled to get this to work as a gommage, as I think a lot of people did. Gommages are just tricky to work with. Getting them to roll at the right time of dry down is tough. But I also just tried this as a leave-on mask, and I was just kind of like, you know, what's the value proposition for me? You know, like the amount of time that I have to devote to masking is kind of small. So I just need something that's going to deliver like really consistent results. And so the products are truly lovely, and maybe I just haven't tried the right things for me. Yeah, product crit, not disappointing. Okay, also this product has made so many rounds in so many different kinds of content that I have done. Also a Boxwalla product, the African Botanics La Mask Hydrolift Intense. Like, let me count the ways that I have talked about how confused I am with this product. I named it Most Confusing Product of 2019 in my 2020 Instagram Skin Edit Challenge, which I have pinned on my Instagram story highlights, I think. Maybe I talked about this in my Disappointing Products podcast episode. I've vacillated so much with what to consider it. Is it disappointing? Is it a product crit? Like, do I want to keep using it? Am I using it wrong? And then I just finally got to this point where I was like, it shouldn't be this much work for me to try and like a product. So ultimately, it's in this video because I'm gonna give the rest to somebody. I mean, this is a $180 product. I used maybe a fifth of it. The best way I ever found to use it was mixed with a little bit of a neutral oil as like a plumping daytime treatment, or like if you wake up and your skin's really dehydrated, mix a little bit of this with some oil and it's very nice. That was like the best way I found with it. So it's like, this is sort of a hybrid, disappointing, confusing, Emperor's New Clothes type of product. The African Botanics hand cream that's in the June Boxwalla box, I, however, really like. And I talked about it for like 20 minutes on my podcast episode. I even said in that podcast episode, I was like, God, I must sound like such a freak talking about a hand cream for 20 minutes on a podcast, but you know, here we are. Okay, I have a little tiny sample of the Yuli Ambrosia Beauty Nectar. This is actually full. I had ordered some Yuli products late last summer. I was really impressed with a lot of it. I loved the cleanser. This product was getting a lot of buzz and ultimately just decided it wasn't for me. It has something called epidermal growth factor in it. Is that right? EGF. It has some sort of like stem cell or novel ingredient in it that helps with cell regeneration. I was discussing with some people on Instagram or over email because I have a similar reaction to something like epidermal growth factor as I do bakuchiol, as I do retinol, things that are going to kind of futz with my natural cell metabolism, make me uncomfortable, even though, yes, I hear so many arguments that as we age, our skin needs more help, blah, blah, blah. I just want to point out, and this like maybe this connects in my head and maybe it won't quite connect here. I'm currently watching the ESPN 30 for 30 it's like a little docu-series that ESPN does on athletes, and Kaveh, my husband, is very, very into sports. So we watched The Last Dance on Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls, and I absolutely freaking loved it. So anyway, we're watching the 30 for 30 now on Lance Armstrong, and whoa, dude is a psychopath. Anyway, I just bring that up because like hearing about all of the doping that he did and the things that he took, and I hear epidermal growth factor, I'm like, ooh, that kind of sounds like skincare doping. Sorry, like I'm sure it's totally not the same thing. It's like you have this fear of you saying something like that and someone just like coming and totally chastising you online, but you know what I mean? It denotes something in my mind that I don't feel particularly comfortable with, even though I'm sure that plenty of studies have found that it's fine. This is where your own personal discernment has to come in, and I've actually heard wonderful things about the effects that this product gives. So go look it up on Yuli's site if it resonates with you. I have a little sample to give away. This is in here, I guess, because I have been holding on to it for a very long time. I'm not even sure it's good enough to give away. Probably, actually, it says it's good until May of 2020, so it kind of just expired. So I probably will toss this. I've had it for a number of years. It's the reformulated Provise Nutrify Tonic. It's now called Ozone Defense. I was devastated when Provise reformulated their Nutrify 1-to-6 tonic. That was the product that got me hooked on like a hyaluronic acid skin plumping type of step. It's kind of what all these products are trying to accomplish. Josh Rosebrook Hydration Boost, Muti Hyaluronic Marine Boost, Provise Ozone Defense. Very little has ever done as much for my skin as Provise Nutrify 1-to-6 Tonic, the original version. So they reformulated it. It looks like this now. Provise is an interesting brand. They're almost like an eco-cosmeceutical brand, maybe. I never thought that this made as positive an impact on my skin, but I do think that the brand is worth checking out. I do think the product is nice. The only reason I would be disappointed is that to me, it's not as good as the original, and I have been holding on to it this whole time because I, had this idea that I would do this very in-depth review of the original with this, but like so much time has elapsed since I have had a baby and been in just like the most intensive parenting stage that I kind of never got around to doing that. So it's getting captured here. May it be remembered as not quite as good as the original. Okay, I have a brand new box of the 5 Yena Guiying Décolletage treatment. I have tried this. This is a brand new one that I am hoping to send to somebody. I love 5 Yena so much. I love the ethos of the brand. I love conceptually what they've done. Their biocellulose masks are like, I cannot live without them. I love their cleanser. I love their oils and their toners so much. So the reason that I'm giving this away is I just truly can't reach for a separate product to massage in this area. So I have been actually very into full body herbal body oiling. This is like the nexus of getting more and more into Western herbalism, and also dovetails with like my therapeutic bathing practice and lymphatic drainage work that I work on and do for myself. So I'm very, very into self-massage, but I just can't reach for a separate product to do that. I have such beautiful body oils. Like this is an empty product that I'm very sad is empty, but the Infiore Calendula Solution Botanic I just finished. I'll use that for herbal body oiling, and I want to start making my own herbal body oils. Anyway, very long-winded way of saying would love for someone to try this who is maybe looking for such a product. This is the brand LXMI Pure Niloteca Melt. This is a 100% pure artisanal shea butter product, and I just truthfully don't have much of a use for it. Shea butter alone like this is not something, it's like a little bit too greasy to use as a hand cream. It would be too rich for me to use on my face. But if anyone has a use for 100% shea butter, would love for you to try that. This is actually, to me, I don't know why, I guess this is here because it's brand new. So this, I think, also featured in my disappointing products podcast episode from last month. It's one of the Audacity Aventurine Kiss lip serums. I personally think this product is quite disappointing, not moisturizing at all. I guess the experience of it is kind of nice, but I didn't really care for it at all. Let me do these hair things really quick. So I have 2 brand new Inner Sense products. It's one of the Sweet Spirit leave-in conditioners and one of the I Create Waves that I would love to give away. Love Inner Sense. These products just aren't for me. Like, I love their shampoo. I love their hair mask. Their dry shampoo is really lovely. As far as a leave-in conditioner, I really pretty much only use the Reverie Hair Milk, sometimes the Josh Rosebrook Serum Spray, and the Inner Sense I Create Waves is just a little bit, makes my hair a little bit crunchy, so I think it's better for people that have thicker, maybe curly hair. Okay, now I have 3 makeup things to tell you about. So the Gillian Dempsey lid tint is in here. I bought this maybe 2 summers ago, I think. It went bad, but it didn't go bad so soon that I would consider it a disappointing product. But it's in this episode because I really liked using it. This was that summer that glossy wet lids were like very much the rage. It was like 2 summers ago, I think. And Gillian Dempsey was a newly launched brand in Credo, so I had picked it up in Credo in Chicago. This is the clear one. Yeah, the texture is like so foul now, but it was so nice. The, you know, 4 or 5 months I got to use it, you can see, I mean, you need the smallest amount. So I would say only invest in this if it's something you're gonna get a lot of use out of, because they're pretty pricey and they do go off pretty quickly. Okay, this will be to give away. This is just a sample, but I think it'll make a nice inclusion in a bundle that I put together. This is a single Aether Beauty eyeshadow, Rose Quartz Crystal Gemstone. It's just a little eyeshadow. Look, I think Aether does gorgeous products. I have now 3 of their eyeshadow palettes. I have the first 2, the pink, the teal, and then I just bought myself the Aether Beauty Joshua Tree palette, which has been giving me so much life. I've been playing around with it all month on my Patreon live streams. I've been creating like all these different looks. I've been using some of the shadows actually as blushes, which is really versatile, and I love that I can use the palette in that way. So if you're interested in that, that's at the live stream level on Patreon. This was recently sent to me. It's the new Kosas powdered bronzer. I'm not sure if I could send it to someone because here's what happened. It's brand new. I got it, I think, last month. They sent it to me in the shade Light, which is, it's too light. I probably would be better in the medium shade, but I have also heard that overall the Kosas bronzers just have a lot of orange in them. So tonally, I think undertone-wise, I just think that they're a little off for someone like me who's like a light olive, light neutral olive. I was carrying baby L'Amour down the stairs and the baby wouldn't let go of this, so I just was like, fine, take it, and got dropped down the stairs and it definitely broke, but I was able to kind of get it back together. So actually I think it could go to somebody, just not the right tone for me. The only other thing, and I guess I kind of wanted to end with this because maybe it's its own thing, is I have like a whole bunch of mascaras. And I brought this up because from like the other place that I store products, because I was like, which of these would be considered like a product crit mascara? And then I was like, well, I don't know. Maybe I would rather just, and I'm like newly trying the Ilia Limitless Lash, which I liked, and then I used it today and I was like kind of disappointed. So I think I just have so many thoughts on mascara that maybe it just needs to be its own thing. A mascara lineup. I haven't done a lineup in a while. I had been getting requests to do a lineup around eye serums or like eye products, which I think would be a good one. I would like to do an updated SPF or tinted moisturizer facial SPF lineup, and then a mascara lineup. The other big project I'm working on right now, and that you'll see maybe in a month, maybe in 2 months, I haven't decided. I'm testing, very thoroughly testing, and will be reviewing all of the A Night for Green Beauty 2019 product award winners. So I have everything. I've tried everything, and I'm testing some of the things I hadn't tried. And I'll be comprehensively reviewing that on YouTube. And then I think I'm going to do a companion podcast episode that's kind of like a behind the scenes of like what the process was like, some of the things I encountered. For example, I encountered the immense tension between Okoko Cosmetiques, which their Sublime Balm is one of the products I'm testing, and Lavina Skincare, who have had a very contentious social media relationship. So I have been doing I had an experience around talking to each of those brands about some of that. This was like last month. So anyway, I just wanted to tell you that, to let you know what's coming up. I still need to do my Beauty Heroes June review box, but I wanted to do this because I I don't know, like I wanted to talk a little bit more comprehensively about stuff, but I am really liking those Lil Fox products, so I definitely will be doing a standalone review. If you have requests for other content, please let me know. I want to talk about herbalism somewhere. I want to talk about flower essences. These are actually, I think, going to be on Patreon. I am planning a very small wedding, so I think I'll be talking about that on Patreon. So yeah, you know, I'm just kind of trying to keep doing my thing, and I hope that you enjoyed hearing about it. This video is so long. If you're here till the end, gosh, I commend you. I need to go eat some chocolate, I think. I'm sending you guys a lot of love. I will have everything listed and linked in the description box below. If you are interested in trying any of these, again, just come to patreon.com/l'amour et la musique. I'll be doing that before the end of June. So I hope to see you over there. Otherwise, I will be back either next week or in a couple weeks. One never knows how much my baby is going to allow. All right, guys, take care, and I'll talk to you soon.